What up, everybody? This is your guy, Wreak Havoc, welcoming you back to the Havoc Hour on this beautiful Sunday evening. If you haven't already, go check us out on Instagram. Also, subscribe to the page on YouTube. We also have some video to the episodes, just like the one we're about to get into right now. Also, check us out on Anchor, Spotify, wherever you're listening to your podcasts. Guys, we got a lot of shit to get into today, man. I had to go back.
First, we gotta introduce, you got the green screen capability going right now. So you got a background for the first time ever.
Real talk. Yeah. I finally got this up. This is my YouTube banner, you know what I'm saying? So if you go on there, subscribe to the page, you're gonna see this right here.
Get Malik on board with it now.
Yeah. We gotta make it happen.
We could all have the background, the same background I got whenever we shooting our show.
You know what? I'm gonna need y'all to send me a link or something because I feel a little left out. Y'all got your own backgrounds. I ain't got shit except this Naruto poster behind me and my Funko Pops and shit.
And you got the bullet plug back there too.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna tell you something. Over there. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Until we get a gangbang all day T-shirt, we ain't helping you with shit.
Hey yo, no. Okay. Hold on. I'll take it even further, Reed. Until you uphold your end of the bet and get that tattoo on your neck.
I'm
not helping you with nothing.
Yo, I was supposed to get it shipped to me, like a second batch of like tattoos. I haven't gotten shit in the mail, so that one's not on me.
Oh well, I mean, look, they all slacking now.
You need White Cat Wrestling tattoos too.
Yeah, stickers.
I don't know if they sell tattoos. Where they sell tattoos at? They sell it the same place y'all get stickers from?
Shit. I wouldn't know, man.
You don't handle the merch?
No, I don't.
The merch division?
Well,
you just in marketing. You just handle the social media.
Yeah. I just come in and sit down, look pretty, and talk wrestling, basically, is what I usually do on the podcasts.
Dig it. Okay. Hey, listen, we got a whole lot to unpack. This was a wild week in sports. Before I get into the big stuff right here, we just gonna quick get into this weekend in the NFL.
Oh, real quick, if y'all don't know who I am, I'm TC Fontaine.
Well, I was about to introduce you.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought you were about to go straight
man,
into
TC,
topics.
TC, you gotta let Rick over here run his.
I thought he was about to go straight into the topics.
He does, man. He'll introduce us at the end at some point, man. He's gonna learn today. He's got to learn sometime.
Oh, man. Anywho, okay. We're gonna get into this weekend in the NFL playoffs. So I had to go back. I had to get my guy, as always, TC from the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast, my co-host over there, and my NBA aficionado. No longer SES. His name is Daddy Delgado because he's TVMA. Now a member of the Smacking It Raw podcast, Mr. Vince Delgado. What's popping?
Hey, not much, man. Not much. Just chilling on a Sunday night, ready to talk some basketball.
Yes, sir. All right. So, real quick. NFL playoffs, divisional round went through. Packers run through the Rams. Ravens took a loss to the Bills. Bills are going to the AFC Championship game. They're going to meet the Kansas City Chiefs. Beat the Browns today.
Just to touch on that Packers and Rams, did you see that post that the WWE on Fox posted?
Nah.
It was
I don't think so.
when Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy was beating Dominic.
Oh yeah, I know
with the kendo.
Oh,
They put the Packers logo over Seth and Buddy, and they put the Rams logo over Dominic.
Oh man, but see, I'm just like, I mean, they won it was 32-18. They didn't beat them that bad. It was close for most of the game. Like y'all making it seem like they got walked by 50 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't that serious. But,
who they really need to do that for was Drew Brees and the Saints.
Yeah.
4 turnovers, 3 touchdowns after the turnover.
Yes, sir. The Bucks beat down the Saints in a crazy second half turnaround. They beat the Saints. Tom Brady, 43 years old. He going to the NFC Championship game. His 14th conference championship game in his career. He's going to Lambeau to go see that bad man Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game.
Can we be honest about Drew Brees real quick?
Talk about it. Go ahead.
What has Drew Brees done since 2009?
Team-wise, nothing. Personally, he's broken like just about every quarterback record you could imagine. But in terms of
with no Super Bowls to show for it,
yeah,
no, like dude won what? He won more than one playoff game one time since that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like you put up all the yards you want, you're putting up these yards in a dome, so like you're good. My guy Tom Brady played in the cold for literally his whole career before this season. Peyton Manning played in the cold his entire career. Well, Peyton Manning played in the dome.
Well, I'm about to say, yeah, Peyton was inside.
Peyton was in the dome.
Go outside.
But when Peyton first year outside, set all the records. Broke all Tom Brady records. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
He had 7 touchdowns his first game, I think it was. If I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Drew Brees, on the other hand, like, and you can blame his defenses. His defenses was pretty trash. But this dude had one of the worst defenses in like 2011.
Oh yeah,
2012.
Yeah, they was 37.
2011, Tom Brady had the worst defense in the NFL all the way until week 17 when the Packers overtook him just in week 17. Tom Brady played on the other side of the worst defense in the league, and he went to the Super Bowl, and he was one Mario Manningham big pinky toe away from winning another ring.
Oh man, yeah,
Tom Brady. I'm a Patriots fan.
Yeah, y'all went through some trauma.
Tom Brady.
Giants.
I got over it with Atlanta. We won 3 Super Bowls since then. I kind of got over it. But listen, my guy Tom Brady can step up and be that dude. I don't know why Drew Brees can't. He's a front runner. And in the past few years, like, you know, you can't use the defense excuse the past few years because their defense has been pretty decent. Well, like their defense has been good enough for them to win, and their quarterback has sold them out.
To be fair, I'll say this. They did go to 2 NFC championship games in the last couple of years, and they would have went to 3. They would have gone to 3. No. I don't make that excuse because at the end of the day, that game against the Rams, where the Rams went to the Super Bowl, at the end of the day, they had overtime. They didn't get it done in overtime, so I don't hear excuses about that. They should have went to 3. And the only time I would say the defense screwed up was how you let Stephon make that catch. Don't tackle him, and he flies away like 40-some yards. Like that was embarrassing. So that's definitely on the defense.
And then he flipped his helmet in the air.
Yeah. But no, that's on the defense. But I don't know. Like my guy, you know, Josh, you know, he's a Saints fan. He's been saying for like the last 3 years that Drew Brees don't have the arm strength anymore. I'm kind of seeing a little bit of that. I think I saw it was on display a little bit in that game. So I don't know. He's saying we're all hearing that's going to be it. That's going to be his career.
It should be. See what you got in Jameis with his new eyeballs next year. He got that LASIK, so he got the new eyeballs. Let him see what he got. If you don't like what you see, I don't know. You know. I don't know what quarterbacks is out there.
Nothing that they can get their hands on.
Nobody at my school.
But we on the same page. Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think like he's not really up there like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he won 1 Super Bowl, and that Super Bowl was because his defense, the defensive game plan was to just literally take out the opposing quarterback on the other team. So, like, even that, if you want to say that's a little bit flawed, if you want to be honest.
Yeah, you could say that.
I do appreciate, you know, him keeping Peyton Manning from winning another Super Bowl. But
yeah, well, in terms of this year, who plays in the Super Bowl?
He never beat Tom Brady with the Pats either.
That's true. That's true. But yeah. So for this year, I got my pick. Who plays in the Super Bowl? I got Bucks and Chiefs.
Um, I really don't know, cause the way the Packers been playing, but I think Tampa Bay hit that switch. So I honestly think the Super Bowl champ is coming out of the NFC, and they will be handing another Super Bowl loss to the Buffalo Bills.
Bills. Oh God. Look, I think the Bills have been doing great. Like they really hit their stride, and Josh Allen is
Defense,
turning
man. I
into.
think that defense is going to shock us
They're
next
gonna
Sunday.
give Kansas City a lot of problems. Like they have a chance to upset them. I think that if
Kansas
Pat,
City doesn't have the same defense.
yeah, if Pat comes back and he's good to go, 100% because he did take a nasty fall today, on a tackle, hit his head pretty hard off the turf, and he was in concussion protocol. He was ruled out for the rest of the game. Uh, if he's good to go, if he gets cleared, he's 100%. I think they should still pull it out, even though it's going to be a long game. But yeah, no, Buffalo is definitely a problem, and Josh Allen is standing out in his draft class. Outside of Lamar, he looks like the best one out, and
I didn't think he was that good coming out of college or like his first couple years in the league. And this past season,
I had to come around on him. I had to I
like he
overlooked the
showed the
guy.
glimpses last year, but this
Yeah,
past season he really took another leap.
yeah, yeah. No, I think that right now the storyline would be biggest if it's the Bucks and the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes gets to take on the
Tom
old
Brady
guard. You know what I'm saying? Tampa Bay, the Bucks will be at home. Tom
and
Brady
Pat
can't even.
Mahomes has never beaten Tom Brady in the playoffs either.
Right. And Tom Brady, 43, can he win another championship? Like there's so
With a new
much.
team.
Yeah.
And I want the Bucks to win. I want my guy Ndamukong Suh to get a ring. I also want my guy Levante David to get one too.
Oh
It'll
yeah.
be great.
Oh yeah. The guys are gonna be.
You gotta start that new Husker streak over. We had a long streak of Husker players playing in the Super Bowl that was broken last year. So we gotta start a new one.
Yeah. We'll see. Championship Sunday is next weekend. NFC Championship game is going to go on 3:05 p.m. 6:05 p.m. AFC Championship game. The Bills and the Chiefs, Bucks and Packers. We'll see, man. We'll see what's going to happen. Now, where to begin with this madness that happened around the association? So, man, first and foremost, before I get into the trade that shook up the week, Mr. Kyrie Irving apparently is MIA from the team because he was, I'm going to be correct about this, he was at his sister's birthday party spending time with family, but was seen on camera without a mask and a party with a whole bunch of people. So now he has to go through the protocols and everything with COVID and getting tested to see if he can come back to the team, rejoin the team, and within the next couple of weeks, or the next couple of games. He's missed games, he's missed practices, and now they have added James Harden through a trade. So I gotta break this trade down from a bunch of different angles. First and foremost, now have James Harden and a second pick in 2024 from the Cavs. It's a four-way trade now. The Rockets got Victor Oladipo, Dante Exum, I can't say this dude's name, Rodions Kurucs. And Kurucs, yeah. And 4 first-round picks and 4 first-round swaps. The Pacers got Karis LeVert and a 2023 second-round pick from the Rockets. And the Cavs got Jared Allen and Taurean Prince. That pissed me off.
Yeah, they traded your best big. That was stupid.
The depth that you gave up to get James Harden, I just that aggravated me. That aggravated me to a serious degree.
What did you expect? It's James Harden, even though he's been.
And it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think they gave. Honestly, I'm surprised. Even though he's injured,
it wasn't enough.
Or Joe Harris weren't included in that trade. I think you guys ended up with more depth than you probably would have ended up.
Yeah, a lot of guard depth for real.
I mean, here's the thing.
You trade your best big.
KD's probably going to be KD's their best big now. That man's going to be playing power forward the entire year.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Well, look, you knew that in any James Harden trade scenario with Brooklyn, you're giving up Karis LeVert and Jarrett Allen. There was no way you're keeping either of them. They were both going to be gone. The question is whether or not you can keep Spencer Dinwiddie or Joe Harris. They were able to keep Joe Harris. He's going to be a nice little wing piece for them to play alongside Harden.
That's the white Klay Thompson.
Yeah, the white Klay.
Yes, sir.
Thompson. Did you want to break this down team by team and what benefit? Okay, so we're sticking with Brooklyn right now, right?
Yeah, we'll start there.
So,
obvious benefit is, you know, you get a former MVP. Like last 2 years, 3 years, scoring champ.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest James Harden fan. I haven't been. If you follow me on Twitter for the last 9 years, very anti-James Harden on my feed. But it's James Harden, though.
Yeah.
So
he's a bucket.
He's automatic, you know, guaranteed 30 points per game.
He got triple-double first game. Yeah. 32.
I think he broke the Brooklyn Nets record for most assists in the game with 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, at the end of the day, just James Harden and Kevin Durant is enough to get to the East Finals. If Kyrie gets his shit together, he comes back.
You add Kyrie Irving to the mix, your chances of winning drastic go up.
One of the things that they would do with James Harden when he was in Houston is that they would do a hard double on James Harden to try to force the ball out of his hands. You can't double this team anymore because you have KD, you have Kyrie, and you have James Harden. Who are you going to help off? If you help off of the DJ, you're leaving open the lob threat. And if you leave open, you can't even leave open Joe Harris because that's a clutch three-point shooter. So that lineup is going to be deadly. The question for me is their defense because they gave up their best rim protector in Jarrett Allen. And as much as I like KD, like DJ is not who he used to be. Let's just call it how it is.
I'm really happy about this trade, DeAndre Jordan.
Of course,
he can probably finesse another check out of somebody.
Yep. Yeah. No, I don't think he's leaving. I think this was
I'm talking about after this year. After his contract is up, he can finesse another contract out of somebody else.
I don't know, man.
He hasn't been good for about 3 years now, and he can fake it to another payday if he wants to.
Wait, quick question. What's the update on Spencer Dinwiddie? He's out for the season?
Oh, let me check that because I know they said like a couple weeks ago he was out. But
because if you add Spencer Dinwiddie,
that's a
deadlier team. You could actually go crazy small ball with KD at the 5, Joe Harris at the 3 or 4, James Harden at the 3. Then you have Dinwiddie and Kyrie at the 1 and 2. That is very scary. That's a 2K lineup, honestly. And you know what? Shout out to Mo Bamba with his tweet. It's like when he said, "I think it's fair to say you're not allowed to use the Nets in 2K anymore."
Not no more.
No. So for Brooklyn, this was a no-brainer. They were kind of treading water similarly to the Miami Heat Big Three when they started getting things going, but now this is something that's going to rejuvenate the team. Look, I will say this about James Harden.
Shout out to Iggy Azalea.
Shout out to Iggy Azalea.
She the reason James Harden is the Brooklyn Net.
Oh, come on, man.
Because if it wasn't for her and Nick Young being together, and then Nick Young telling all his secrets to D'Angelo Russell, and then somebody hacking D'Angelo Russell's phone and leaking that video, which got him traded from the Lakers to Brooklyn, and then they use him being an all-star, put him in the package to go to the Warriors, use whatever the hell cap space they got from that to sign Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and then they just flipped it to James Harden. Iggy Azalea is the reason the NBA is turned upside down.
I mean, technically, they just could have signed KD and Kyrie outright. They just facilitated.
They had extra cap space.
Yeah. Yes. No, but
and picks.
All right, so real quick,
did the right way.
Yeah, so according to Woj, they're expected to pay 5.7 the disabled player exception to Dinwiddie because they're expecting a season ending because it's a partially torn ACL, and he underwent surgery. What was it? This past month? Oh, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the expectation is that he's going to be done for the year.
So a seven mil like trade exception, you can package that with someone, get some more depth in there, or you could use that. I think they could just use that to outright sign some people. There could be some people on the waiver wire. There could be guys that get released. There's like
JaVale McGee.
no, don't bring that. Don't bring that to Brooklyn, man.
Hey, everybody got to experience JaVale McGee on their team at least one time.
Yeah,
It's very frustrating.
Hopefully not Chicago. We already have enough problems to deal with. We don't need JaVale McGee on
Denzel Valentine.
Yo, man, don't talk to me about Denzel Valentine, man. Don't talk to me about
If I see one more Denzel Valentine botch on my timeline during the game again, I'm done with it.
That man needs to be released ASAP.
What's going on?
He got the coldest name of anybody in the league, and he trash. He wear Michael Jordan's comeback number, and he trash.
On the Bulls, no less.
On Michael Jordan team.
45?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Boy.
Yeah. Nah, shit. I mean, to be fair, before that, it was Result Butler wearing number 45 for the Chicago Bulls. So, I mean, I think he's
shout out to Result Butler.
Yeah, shout out to Result Butler. Like, that's a name drop, an Easter egg from back in the day. Look, man, Brooklyn, this is no brainer. They kind of had to do this trade. The only thing I will say is that I kind of missed the parity in the league where it was just a bunch of duos, and I felt like last year anyone could win it, even though we always felt like it was like they're going to be one of the LA teams to take it home.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we had that just a little bit longer, but big things.
All right, I think enough time has passed now. Can people start being honest? Y'all didn't think the Clippers was going to win for real last year. Nobody really thought they was going to win.
No, but I felt like they were the two between the Clippers and the Lakers.
Nobody thought the Clippers was going to beat the Lakers for real last year. Let's be
honest. No. It would have to have been a situation where the Lakers get eliminated before the Clippers.
Nobody thought the Lakers was going to lose for real last year. Let's be honest.
Everything it would have had to go terribly wrong in a bunch of different aspects for the Lakers not to make it to the finals and win that chip.
That's true, but I didn't expect that scenario at all.
They would have
honestly this year. I don't expect it either.
They would have had to lose AD to like an injury or something like that.
Yeah. Considering AD, very possible. Right. But look, with Brooklyn, this kind of solidifies them as an Eastern Conference favorite. They have to make it to the finals, man.
Oh yeah,
like, you have no excuse if they don't make it to the finals. If they don't make it to the East Finals, you got some questions here.
I know Giannis mad he signed that extension.
Yeah,
that boy's sick.
Yeah,
I know. Bradley Beal's sick too. He just stuck. Can't do nothing.
You know what? Bradley Beal to LA. I'm just saying.
I know, Brad. Hey, I like I said, I don't think they gave up enough for James Harden.
Well, so they did mortgage their future. They did mortgage their future with 4
With that being said, James Harden. But with that being said, I think that might have drove down the price for Brad Beal just a little bit because they could be like, shit, I ain't have to do all this for Harden. You know, pillow talking game going crazy in the GM's office.
I'd like to do an episode where we just sit here and see, like, predicting where these guys are going to get traded next because Harden was the big one. Surprisingly, like where does that leave Philadelphia too? Because Ben Simmons' name was thrown out there as a possibility throw in for the James Harden trade. Will that ruin things for them? But in terms of Brooklyn, man, good for Brooklyn, man. I mean, you kind of have to do it. You get an opportunity at an MVP caliber player, you kind of have to swing for it, even if it doesn't work. Usually, when it comes to big threes, great players find a way to make it work.
This is my only issue. And TC, I'm gonna get to you about this because you was gonna defend this nigga. Okay. I need to know where this man's head at, Kyrie. Where is his head at? Because he don't seem to be focused on basketball. Like, honestly, you went through all this trouble, right? You went, 2 years ago, the All-Star weekend, you went to Kevin Durant and said, listen, they got 2 max contracts. We go there. We thought we was talking about the Knicks. I was hoping they was talking about the Knicks because I was still rocking with them at the time. But they was talking about Brooklyn, apparently. You went through all this trouble to recruit him, right?
Nobody want to play for the Knicks.
Listen. That's in the past. That's in my rear view.
I feel like they would have signed with the Knicks, but the fact that DJ played with the Knicks and had a terrible experience, they decided, let's go to Brooklyn.
See. that all attributes to why I said fuck the Knicks. You already know we've been there already. You know that man that sits at the top of the office. I'm not even gonna say his name, but y'all know. Anyway,
James Harden?
I said I'm not gonna say his name.
I said it.
No, fuck that nigga. Anyway, you went through all that trouble to get him to come with you to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? You made sure you got your money. You know, I mean, now KD's healthy. You know, and he's playing off of an Achilles. He's playing some phenomenal basketball. He's averaging, 29 right now? Easy? Bro, you have everything set. And now James Harden is coming along to you. And you prioritizing everything else over basketball. Granted, family is family. You hanging with your sister or whatever, that's fine. But you know how serious they're taking this shit with COVID and stuff. Why would you be seen on camera in that situation? You know what I'm saying? And it's like... there's always an issue with this dude from team to team. So I'm like,
how I like the explanation that like Kyrie was being wilding out over there, so that Houston wouldn't want him included in the James Harden deal, so that when they trade James Harden, he can come back. That supposedly this is all part of his master plan with KD. It's like, go pretend like you're having a Kanye mental breakdown, they don't want your basket head ass, and then they bring over here James Harden, and now we got our big three.
I just want to know, what's the big to do about this man is using his PTO? Everybody else do it at their job.
Look, I'm okay with that, but it's discretion, bro. Like, you got to be smart about what you're doing. Like, if you spending time with family, I don't care, but it's like, you know, niggas got cameras out everywhere. They're going to see you. You're not wearing a mask. You in a group of people at a party. And you know they take these protocols. I mean, they're not in the bubble anymore. You're at your stadium. So they're taking this 10 times more serious. Why would you not think ahead?
What's the big to do about him on a Zoom meeting for social justice issues and, you know, justice reform?
Again,
he obviously something more important than, you know, this. Like, I'm gonna take some time off work to do this, and, you know, this is the only time they had.
That's cool, but I'm saying, how many different things was Kobe doing? God rest his soul. How many things was Kobe doing? Did he ever miss time when healthy? Hell, when he wasn't healthy, he didn't miss no games. He didn't miss no practices.
Kobe
didn't
showed up on the court. He didn't think nothing else was more important than basketball until the year he retired.
That was his passion. But he had philanthropy. He had these businesses. You saw his second half of his life was.
It wasn't more important than basketball. But like, basketball was that man's life.
I think
basketball is not Kyrie Irving's life, obviously.
And I think that's the exact point that Tyreek's trying to get at, is that Kyrie Irving needs to prioritize basketball a little bit more if he's serious about winning. You can't out here talk about.
He's won before. I don't think he cares.
But this is more to my point, right? You left Cleveland and LeBron James because you didn't want to be in that man's shadow. You wanted to be your own star. You didn't want to be in Cleveland. You wanted to stop it. He wanted to leave.
Who wants to be in Cleveland
and be the top guy?
He wanted to have his own 2K team where he can just go out there and be James Harden, basically. Then he had that with Boston. He's like, I don't really want to do this shit. I don't really want to.
He didn't want to do it in Boston. He wanted to play where he wanted to play. He a Nets fan, grew up a Nets fan. His dad played in the league. His dad probably was a Nets fan growing up too. He's from Jersey. He just wanted to play for his hometown team. He finally got the chance to play with the team he wanted to play.
So then why not stay with LeBron in Cleveland until your contract right now and sign with Brooklyn? It's not like you were in a bad situation with LeBron in Cleveland.
Brooklyn had
they could have potentially ran it back and got another chip if Kyrie had stayed. I'm not saying they would have, but they had a better chance with Kyrie than without him.
Yeah.
Even when Kevin Durant came through, because you knew that will tip the scales over in the Warriors' favor, but Kyrie's a bucket.
Here's the thing:
gives you a fighting chance.
I can't blame a man for using his sick days. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Anywho, let's. Why don't we look at one of the other teams?
What's the other team? Houston. Let me wrap this off. I got that.
Did you say Victor Oladipo didn't want to play for them?
I got you. Their starting lineup potentially: Christian Wood, PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon,
ACL team over there,
Oladipo, and John Wall.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Christian Wood, hey, shout out to
Christian Wood, nice.
Christian Wood, nice. He's a nice piece over there. Boogie, I like Boogie's intensity, man. I like how he kind of like went at James. Just kind of like felt disrespected. I like John Wall. John Wall looks like he's out there with something to prove. Both him and Boogie, they're friends. They're out here. They want to play. Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, guys from the old regime, they want to go out there and prove that they're more than just spot up shooters and like other guys for James Harden to dish the ball to for his triple doubles. And obviously Victor Oladipo coming back, didn't want to be in Indiana, and now he's with Houston. Will he stay long term? Who knows? But if Vic is good, ready to go, him and John Wall are still a very athletic backcourt right there. They could have a nice, fast-paced offense if they choose to run it.
I don't think they fit though. I don't think it's a good
I don't think they fit. In 2K they fit. You can just rim run all day.
Yeah,
They can fit in 2K, just rim run. But I feel like Christian Wood should be playing a little bit more center, and then with Boogie Cousins there, you can't really do that as often. Unfortunately, small ball is here to stay, and I don't think the twin tower lineup of him with Christian Wood and
Lakers bringing back that big boy ball.
Yeah, but the Lakers are a special case, man. AD is an all-around like superstar talent. He can play power forward, power forward or center. It doesn't matter.
The league can fuck around if they want to and let the Lakers win another championship, running 2 bigs in the lineup. They just get ready to get lost.
They just had, what was it? I think it was all of their starting 5 scored double-digit points.
Who, the Lakers?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. I told you I can't really get into watching games like that. This they started back too soon. Probably next month sometime I might.
I will say this: the Lakers did improve from last year. I feel like
he's way better.
Yeah, way
better. We got Dennis Schroeder for Danny Green. That's highway robbery. I think Rob Pelinka should be investigated because that's not fair. Listen. I'm not complaining.
I'm about to say the fact that you got that when Danny Green was out here, trying to get into the real estate business, building all these houses in the playoffs.
He's doing the same thing in Philly. You just changed locations.
Exactly. So I'm like, the fact that you pulled that off in the first place, I wouldn't say shit. I'm happy.
Yeah.
We got Montrezl Harrell. I reserve my judgments for Montrezl Harrell that I had when he was with the other LA team. I still had the same criticisms, and by the time the playoffs come, I don't anticipate he'll be playing much. But right now, he give us a little bit that, keep us in games.
Energizer bunny.
Yeah, he energized. But those guys don't do shit in the playoffs, though.
But going back to Houston, though, what do you guys think? Do you feel like this is a playoff team? Like, do you think they're contenders for that play-in tournament? Like, what's the
playoff team?
What's the ceiling for the Rockets?
I say they should be a playoff. I think they should be a sleeper team. And
out in the West, though, I don't know.
It's something to be said about chemistry, because, and this was the other thing I was going to touch on too. I question whether or not James Harden is low-key toxic, because he was in Houston. First, he wanted CP3. Then that wasn't working.
No. Dwight was first.
Oh, Dwight. Yes. My bad. Dwight was first. He wanted Dwight. Then it wasn't working. Then CP3, we wanted him. That wasn't working. And CP3 is a floor general. You know what I'm saying? He does know he doesn't have chemistry with. You see what he's doing in Phoenix? Then
you saw what he did in OKC last year?
Exactly. Then you wanted your boy back, Russ. That lasted 1 season. Got it. Y'all got the same result as if it were in OKC all over again. Then you come into this season, you look like you just came off the buffet in them layup lines.
But then he slimmed down 2 days later, though. My man.
Exactly. As soon as he got in Brooklyn, now it's like he took the bodysuit off, he in shape and everything like that. And on the way out was talking all this shit about the teammates and talking about how the team wasn't good enough and everything like that. It's like Boogie came out and said, like, all this disrespect started, before his comments and everything like that. He just came in basically saying, like, he wasn't looking to build chemistry with us. He was kind of just doing his own thing. And now everybody, since he's been gone, that the chemistry is better. Everybody's on the same page and everything like that. Like Eric Gordon was saying, like, you could tell from the summer And since the season started, that he didn't want to be here, but now the trade that was made, it's like it gives us a chance to move forward.
Yeah, that's good, man.
I think they have a solid enough unit. They could be a sleeper team, at least in the playoffs. Not a favorite to go all the way, but like they'll make some noise.
The first round out, basically, if they get in there, they're like maybe like an 8 seed, 7 seed if they're lucky, depending on matchups. Quick question here, since we were talking about CP3, former Houston Rocket, who do you have more faith in, CP3 and Devin Booker on the Suns or this new Rockets team to make it into that final 8 seed?
I gotta go with Phoenix. I
mean, look how Phoenix played in the bubble.
I was just about to say that. I gotta believe that what was it, like 8-0 start?
Mm-hmm.
Bubble. I gotta believe that wasn't an aberration. I got to. And you add CP3 into that mix, they gotta take the next step. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Maybe like the second round, perhaps, but I gotta believe that wasn't just a fluke. Yeah. Like they gotta do. I go definitely with Phoenix.
Indeed.
Indy team that snuck in there last minute swapped Oladipo for Karis LeVert. Big winners here. I feel like they're just big winners in this trade because they weren't included in this trade initially. Mm-hmm. Vic was unhappy there in Indiana. Obviously, you got Sabonis, you got Malcolm Brogdon. Now you add Karis LeVert.
But he's out though, so
he's out right now. But when he comes into the lineup, they have a nice little squad there. They're nice. You still got T.J. Warren over there and Miles Turner. Yeah, they're in the Sabonis in the East. They're a playoff team. That's all you need. They remind me similarly to like those 06 Chicago Bulls teams that had like Kirk Henrik, Ben Gordon, Luol Deng, and all them boys. Nothing, no like major superstars, but good enough to like make it into the playoffs and scare some teams. And that's what Indiana just like gives like those kind of vibes they give off to me. And I think this is a big winner for them. They weren't going to extend, like they weren't going to keep Vic long term, and now you got Karis LeVert, a young talent that you can go ahead and grow with this team. I'm for it, man. They're big winners in my opinion.
I could see that. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. My question is like, what the fuck is Cleveland doing? They got like 5 centers now, don't they?
I think so.
Got Andre Drummond. They got Drummond. They got Larry Nance Jr. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now they got Jared Allen. Who the fuck else they got over there? Don't they still got Kevin Love?
Yep, they do.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow.
I would think they would have got something for Kevin Love by now.
He's got my man suffering in Cleveland, just telling you that his mental health ain't right, and y'all willingly still keep him there in Cleveland.
Oh hell no!
Like he's clearly crying for help. He wants to go somewhere else that might help out, with his mental health.
Like you talking about
until you find out, you try.
You talking about a guy that left from the hapless Minnesota Timberwolves and came to Cleveland and went to 4 straight finals, and now
he by himself.
Back to that picking first in the draft lottery damn near every year. Yeah. That's piss poor. That's a management issue. That's a management issue, man. Like from the top on down.
Send my guy to Portland.
You can't have a franchise where I can fuck with that. Definitely. You can't have a franchise where when one guy leaves, it destroys everything. You can't do that. That's bad management from top down.
Man, but you mentioned Portland, right? But what other spots is there for Kevin Love? Like, who's gonna trade for? Yeah, he can still contribute to a championship. Miami would be a nice pickup right there. I feel like he fit in perfectly with what they're trying to do. Him with Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic, and Duncan Robinson, and all them boys. I feel like he'd be a nice fit.
There's a lot of white boys in the squad.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Those white boys can shoot. You got Bam and you got Jimmy. That's all you need, apparently, man.
Yeah, that was clean.
Yeah. And you know what, man? Like, shout out to Miami and LA. I feel like those are the 2 cleanest jerseys out there in the entire league. I feel like everyone looks good in the Lakers jersey and inside of the Miami Heat jersey. I don't think I've seen a single bad player.
Which jersey are you talking about, though?
Miami Heat, just in general, like almost all their
Well,
jerseys.
LA, like what are you talking about?
LA Lakers.
I know, like which jerseys he's talking about.
Purple and gold, man. All the purple. No one.
I don't like the
bad.
purple one. No Laker fans really like the purple ones, and we don't like our White City edition jerseys either.
The gold, man. The gold.
Those is all right.
The gold's cold. Sunday white's always great, and those blue LA ones, I love those. I'm so glad they finally brought those back.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asking. I've been tweeting Jenny Bus for years. Like, hey, bring he ain't played in these since the '60s.
Okay,
I like it.
All right, you want to hear all the centers that Cleveland got?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Jared Allen, they just traded for Marquise Bolden. I have no idea who that is. Larry Nance Jr. Then you have JaVale McGee.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Andre Drummond. And what's his face? There was one other person here. I swear I seen Kevin Love is technically a power forward center there too. But yeah, JaVale McGee, you got Andre Drummond, you got Larry Nance Jr., you got Marquise Chris too. I think he's on the team.
What?
Damn.
If I'm not mistaken, he's
still in the league.
I think, man. But yeah, it's just like, yo, this fucking team got like 10 center. It's kind of like that weird shit you do when you go into do an association or my league in 2K, and you see a team with like 5 centers and like 1 point guard. That's that weird shit Cleveland doing.
It's like the Knicks.
I was gonna say that, but
the Knicks out here collecting power forwards, man.
Yeah, that was when I knew I had to leave. Like you missed out. You missed out on Kevin and Kyrie, whether they were coming or not. It was wishful thinking. We had hope, and that passes. And the same night, you had the nerve to announce who was it? Oh my God, who the fuck was it?
Julius Randle.
Randle and some other fucking
Taj Gibson.
Yeah, Taj Gibson. It was
Bobby Portis.
There you go, Bobby Portis. I'm like, bruh,
as a Bulls fan, you weren't getting shit from Bobby Portis. You were getting more from Taj Gibson than Bobby Portis.
But I'm sitting here like the same night, bro. You couldn't wait 24 hours. You couldn't just give us a night to sleep on it and rest the wounds. You just had to right away, boom. As soon as Kevin and Kyrie went over to Brooklyn, minutes after that, we have signed Julius Randle.
But the Knicks are,
you know whose fault it is, right? I seen Knicks fans saying that they was in better position than the Lakers were before we got LeBron James.
I never believed that.
It's Knicks fans' fault for parroting that because the universe was just like, I bet. Gave us LeBron James. We got Anthony Davis the year after that, and we won a championship the year after that.
They were supposed to have so many different lineups. They were supposed to be able to get
the Knicks'
Butler,
best player, Julius Randle.
Shit. Yep, but you know what? Like, I like some of the guys
playing 40 minutes a game.
Yeah, true. No, but they got some nice pieces, man. I'm a fan of Mitchell Robinson. I like the cat over there. He's good. But
I like Mitch.
But I will say this: I'd rather be a Knicks fan than a Cavs fan. Going back to like talking about the Cavs, I'd rather be a Knicks fan than a Cavs fan right now.
Hey man, it ain't my problem no more.
No more.
Packed my bags and left them niggas.
Yeah.
Never coming back.
Hey, they're just in time for that James Harden trade, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
you should
even though I was mixed about it, I'm like, listen, that's still a crazy lineup.
One question when you asked me to be on the show, and one thing I want to ask you guys. Obviously, the Brooklyn Nets have history of giving up 4 first-round picks and four like pick swaps in that KG, Paul Pierce, Jason Terry trade. I know this is not the same, but is there any chance that this could come back to bite them, where it just doesn't work out with Kyrie, James Harden, and KD? They don't win a single championship.
No, because James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving aren't 38 years old.
No, but I'm not saying that they're gonna just like fall off like immediately when they get there. Obviously not. They're still in their primes. They're all MVP caliber players, and they're one of the best ISO scorers in the entire league. My whole question is whether it's going to work long term. Will they get a championship out of this? If they don't get a championship, was it worth it? Especially if you look at those picks and you go ahead and see Houston, they now have a Jason Tatum or a Jaylen Brown situation over there.
I will say this: there's two things I'm gonna be looking at for that, right? Number one, if Kyrie gets his shit together and gets back in there, gets into this lineup so that they can all start gelling, getting that chemistry together come postseason time, right? But number two, and more importantly, this is the main thing I'm looking for, and I'm not giving an inch about it. I'm not giving no extra time. It's this year or nothing. James Harden better damn well show up when it's postseason time, because I'm sick and tired of him balling outrageous through all 82 games of the regular season, but then the postseason come, and where the hell is he? Okay? There's no excuse anymore. It's like you said, it is finals or bust, at least the Eastern Conference Finals. So if he don't show up when it's time to play these playoffs games, that's the sign right there that this ain't going to work. Plain and simple.
I will say this. I've always been a big component or like a big like fan of the idea that they should have traded Westbrook instead of James Harden, because I felt like James Harden and Kevin Durant in OKC would have had more success long term, and especially in the playoffs, as opposed to the pairing of Westbrook and Durant. I feel like they complement each other a little bit better, and we'll see. Like, obviously they play well together. Like their debut together, it was really good. I'm just kind of upset it was like those weird like throwback jerseys. They had those city editions. I kind of wish he debuted it in the nice clean Brooklyn black and white.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's all right though. Oh, so I mentioned this on the last episode. TC was there, but I wanted to get your opinion on it, Vince. So somebody, I forget who it was. TC, you might be able to remind me. Somebody had said that Steph Curry was playing for his legacy.
Channing Frye.
Yeah, he was playing for his legacy. Somebody said he was overrated. He proceeded to drop, 62?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And through 5 games, he's averaging 33 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He's 45% from 3-point. What did you think about that? That somebody really had came out of their side of their mouth talking about Steph Curry like he didn't beat LeBron James in multiple finals.
Yeah, and people.
But because he didn't win Finals MVP, it doesn't count for some reason.
Yeah. So I feel like that's like the big issue here. It's like, but nobody knocks Tim Duncan because he didn't win Finals. Like, he did win Finals MVP, but like he didn't win it every single time. But he was the man.
The same reason they try to say, you know, Kobe's first 3 rings don't count because he didn't win Finals MVP and he got carried by Shaq. Stupid ass shit.
No,
you don't win that series. We don't win that first series without being. Because Shaq went out and Kobe went out, you know, stupid shit. He got hurt. Jalen Rose tried to injure my boy intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get out of here.
Like,
real ones know.
all I gotta say, look, man, Steph Curry is the greatest shooter in the history of basketball, bar none. Easily the greatest shooter of all time. This man's legacy is secure. He's one of the best players ever to play this game. Like, there was a good argument there where he was the face of the league right neck and neck with LeBron James before KD showed up. People just like to discredit Steph Curry because KD joined up with them. But they forget that he basically carried that whole franchise, and he went ahead and got him a chip before KD got there. Yes, LeBron beat him the second go-around, but that was more of a more even playing field. Look, that's why he never won MVPs with Kevin Durant there, because they were both on the same level. This man is the first ever unanimous MVP.
Put some respect on my guy.
Put some respect on his name. It's just like people just like to hate, and like who said it was Channing Frye?
Channing Frye.
He's out here just trying to like click. He's trying to get some clickbait. He's trying to get some views. He's just trying to start some shit up and get his name out there, trying to be controversial. He's trying to do his best Skip Bayless or Stephen A. Smith impression and try to get some buzz for himself. All this reminds me of is the Max Kellerman clip where they ask him in a clutch situation, game on the line, final shot, who are you taking, Steph Curry or Iguodala? And he says Iguodala. No, this is like, you've never seen that clip?
No.
No,
Bro, look that shit up.
Max is known for making some outrageous takes. This is the same man that said that Tom Brady was falling off a cliff 4 years ago. So
yeah,
I don't give that man no credit.
But that's what this is, though. That's what this is from Channing Frye. It's literally just trying to make an outrageous take just to get some his name out there, basically. Just start up some conversations. But dude, stop disrespecting this man. This man is a fucking goat. And Steve Nash himself basically said, I'd be balling like this if I was more assertive like Curry. Like, this is what Steve Nash could have been, what we see with Stephen Curry right now. Mm-hmm. Like, man, that's just outlandish. Stop the cap, Channing Frye. Stop the cap.
Ain't he the one that got the ugliest jump shot in human history?
Yeah.
Channing Frye?
Yeah. No. I think you think
it's Sean Marion.
That's Sean Marion.
Yeah. Wrong Suns player.
Disgusting.
Hey, but that shit went in 2K though.
It was
I hated that. I hated that shit so much, bro. You don't even understand.
Ugly. That shit ugly, man. Nah, but yeah, man. Steph Curry's legacy is cemented right now. He don't gotta do nothing to prove himself. He's a Hall of Famer right now. He could retire 2 years ago and he would have been the Hall of Famer.
He solidified his legacy when he went to Madison Square Garden that year and dropped 54, or however many points it was.
Yeah.
He only further solidified that winning MVP, having the best record, the best 3-point record ever.
Back-to-back
next year, broke his own record by like 100-some threes.
On some 2K shit.
Facts. That's a fact. So last thing I really got to get into, because this right here gave me a right giggle. So, and this is TC's gonna love this. So, Paul George was talking to the media the other day, and he said apparently he said I'm just kind of paraphrasing his quote, that people saw weakness in him last year, and this season he's coming back with a vengeance. Now, I will grant him this. Currently, he's
averaging a soundboard.
So currently, he's averaging 25, 6, and 5. I will say that, but I don't expect that to last. Mm-hmm. I don't know about y'all, but I'm just
man.
That gave me a nice little giggle.
Quit the talking. Like just go out there.
Show me what you can do in the playoffs, and then talk to me about coming back with a vengeance.
You've been talking for years, man.
Yeah, no. Look, Paul George. Look, maybe this is me being a Bulls fan, and I felt like the Bulls, had Derrick Rose been healthy, would have been the biggest rival to LeBron's Miami Heat. And then he got injured, and then they thrusted Paul George's Indiana Pacers into like, oh, this is their big rival in the East. I'm like, nah. Compared to the Bulls team they had, night and day. I take a healthy Derrick Rose over a healthy Paul George any day. This is no disrespect to Paul George, but D Rose has a killer mentality. Paul George doesn't. Like, honestly, you guys got saved by him not going to LA, to be honest with you. Like, y'all ended up better off not trading for that man. You guys saved off on trading Ingram for AD, and look what it resulted in the championship. I don't think y'all missing anything. Paul George he's all right. He's nice. But I have my questions about that man. And I'm starting to have my questions about Kawhi, too.
Oh, wait a minute. Talk to me.
Look, man, like, you out here, yeah. You won a championship with Toronto, man. This man. You out here won a championship with Toronto. Yeah, you came up clutch in those big moments, but it's like the asterisk is going to be a little bit there. You went against a Warriors team that was very depleted.
Yeah, and
that Raptors team, you just kind of inserted yourself into a very good situation. They basically took out DeMar DeRozan and swapped it with Kawhi Leonard. Then obviously he played with San Antonio. He hasn't shown me the capabilities to be a leader. That's why I'm not questioning Kawhi Leonard as a player. Okay. As a leader, there's something missing in that Clippers locker room. They need that guy that can help lead them to a championship. They need that veteran presence. Right. And Paul George is not a leader. Shit, that was Danny Green. Like, notice how they fell off a little bit when they traded Danny Green. No, not Danny Green. Danny Granger is who I'm thinking about.
Yeah. I'm glad somebody said that, because I never forget that those 2 years. I'm like, where the hell did Paul George come from? Danny Granger was the show. Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, Paul George is talented. He's showing, but I'm like, yo, Danny Granger was that dude. How we just pushing him off to the background now all of a sudden? Like that never
stay healthy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's true too.
But Paul George, just like Danny Granger, could never beat LeBron.
Well, of course not.
No.
He was never that damn good.
So, is it Brooklyn, LA Lakers in the finals?
And LA Lakers for whoever want to meet us there.
I'll tell you what, it damn well should be.
It better be.
I think Miami kind of gassed himself with the bubble last year, so I don't know if they can circle back to make that kind of a run again this year.
No. They're still they're a piece away. Jimmy Butler's a nice piece, but he's not a number one option in the championship team. He's more of a number two guy in a championship. He's the Paul Gasol to someone's Kobe. That's the best way I'm gonna put that. Just to make another Lakers reference out there for TC. That's who he is. Bam Adebayo. He's a solid third guy. I will say this: Tyler Hero. There's something there.
Bad boy.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Oh, man, that's a bad boy.
If they somehow are able to get, so you know what,
man,
conversation for another day. Conversation for another day. But they're another piece. Maybe a Kevin Love. Maybe I was very high on them trying to get a Chris Paul. If they somehow manage to have a lineup of Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, and a Bam Adebayo, that puts them in a similar level to a Brooklyn Nets.
Save Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin. Man, save D Rose. I wanted him to go to LA. I wanted him to be a Laker last year so he can get a ring. I don't want my man to retire without a championship ring and be the only finals, the only NBA MVP, most valuable player to not make it to the Hall of Fame. And I feel like that man needs at least 1 or 2 championships on a playoff team, being a sixth man, so he can solidify himself as a Hall of Famer. D-Rose is still my favorite player to this day. Obviously, I'm from Chi-Town. Obviously, he's my guy. But I really want Derrick Rose to be a Laker.
Listen,
I really want that man to be a Laker.
I will tell you, it to me would be the biggest travesty if D Rose leaves this game without a ring, because I was one of those people. I was biased, like just watching him play. I said when he is healthy, as far back as 2011, I said when he is healthy, he's the best player on the court with anybody. I don't care if you had LeBron. I don't care if you had Kobe. I was taking D Rose 110% just off of effort. Like that dude was dynamic when he was healthy 100% before those injuries came in. So for me, if he leaves this game without a ring, it's one of the greatest travesties in the game, easily, without question.
Oh man, Derrick Rose is so nice, man. Yo, there's a video out there that I put on a YouTube video that I put on my Watch Later playlist, where it's everybody talking about prime D Rose and how like nasty he was. Mm-hmm. Yo, man, being a Bulls fan, watching that man play, he legit could have gotten us a ring had he not gotten an injury.
I'm telling you, bro. You know how many, LeBron,
and they had the rise of Jimmy Butler. So you forget you had a healthy Jimmy Butler with like up and coming Jimmy Butler with the Derrick Rose. That's the Kobe to Jimmy Butler's Paul Gasol right there.
Bro,
that's where it was.
I had LeBron stands trying to give me hell about it because I kept saying that D Rose, for my money, is the best player on the court. Oh, LeBron's the best in the world. The nigga hadn't even won a ring yet. Like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I don't ever ignore the talent that LeBron was before the championships, but I'm like, listen, he got to win it. There's too much expectation that's been piled on him. Derrick Rose came in the league as, a potential star in Chicago. We had no idea what was coming. You know what I'm saying? And when he showed all of that, I'm like, yo, bro.
People from Chicago knew what's coming. We seen this cat grow up playing basketball here in Chicago for like the longest. He spent 1 year in Memphis. Also, too, I love the fact that when they announced him,
technically he never spent time in Memphis.
Technically, but that's my whole point. He spent his entire life here in Chicago. We knew what was coming. We just didn't know it was going to be that crazy. I love that this man's still balling, but save D Rose, save Blake Griffin, send those men elsewhere. Ideally, I want D Rose as in the Lakers jersey because I feel like he brought the fuck out of that, and I felt like there was a missed opportunity.
We don't need him now, but
y'all don't need it now.
Before we had Schroeder, I would have took him.
Hey, you know what? Trade Alex Caruso for Derrick Rose, man.
Relax.
Oh no.
No.
I'm sorry, Caruso got to stay where he at. You know
we gotta keep that white boy.
Yeah. No. Y'all gas that man too much.
Caruso,
y'all making him into the new Brian Scalabrine. Stop that cat, man.
Hey, him and Scal got rings though.
I got a ring. Don't he? He just got the one ring in Boston.
Listen,
there's more rings than a lot of people got.
I was one of those people. I never believed Scalabrine deserved all that hype. Never did.
You know what? But it kind of like jump started when he went to Chicago and he got the White Mamba nickname, and it just went ham from there.
Yeah. I was just like,
y'all ever hear the story about him going to, I want to say maybe LA Fitness somewhere, and somebody thought, just because he Brian Scalabrine, that he wasn't gonna be nice, and he cooked whoever it was.
Hey man, he can still go. He's in the league for a reason.
Right, exactly.
Chris Humphries, even though he was a Kardashian playboy, like boy toy, he can still grab boards.
Oh yeah,
he was a double-double.
I had him on my fantasy team, man. He was giving me double-doubles.
Oh, I'd always draft him.
I
would always draft him when I ever did a fantasy draft in 2K. With my league, I always had him as like a backup power forward because he's a guy that can get rebounds. That's all I needed him for.
Guaranteed double-double. Hey, what's next on the list, man?
Yeah. So before we jump out of here, on a more serious note, best wishes to my guy Karl Anthony Towns, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Heard he got COVID. I know he lost his mother to COVID just a few months ago. That's got to put a lot of anxiety on his mind and his family. So, I mean, best wishes, prayers up to the homie. Hope he get better soon and get back on the court. Save him, too. Get him out of Minnesota once he get healthy. Because
save D'Lo. Yeah. Save Zach LaVine.
Stop putting that energy out there. No, the Bulls are good. They're going to be nice. Give them a minute. They just picked up a nice, good win against Luka and the Mavericks. There's been some tough losses there, but just give us a minute. Give us this season, and then I will acknowledge save LaVine. But we got some nice pieces here, man. Kobe White is nice. Patrick Williams, the rook, he can go. Lowry, sometimes he can go. Wendell, he's nice. We got some.
Big ass shotgun, look like Larry Markkinen.
Hey man, listen. That everybody's got a price. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to be aware of that, my brother, because when they come knocking with them draft picks and them players, I don't know. It's a lot of people that be looking at this Bulls LaVine. That's a bad brother.
You know what the Bulls need? They need to go ahead and trade for Derrick Rose so he can help out Zach LaVine get into the playoffs. That's what we need. We need D Rose back in the Bulls red, or we need him in some purple and gold.
Oh man, listen.
If we can't get him a ring, he gonna get the Sixth Man of the Year award with us, coming off the bench, leading us to the playoffs, to the 7th seed in that play-in tournament.
I mean, maybe, man. I don't know.
Unfamiliar territory.
Going back to the Karl Anthony Towns stuff, man. That sucks. I kind of had like a little bit of a COVID scare myself. My mom, friend that she hung out with regularly, she was in contact with someone that came back positive. So then she had to get tested. My mom had to get tested. Then by virtue, the entire family had to get tested. I had to go ahead and tell my girl, you got to get tested. It was a whole ass scare, whole ass thing. We all came back negative. Just like with Drew McIntyre, Karl Anthony Towns, these guys have those resources to have great medical personnel and great medical attention. So hopefully they're getting it. Hopefully they're okay, man. I think they'll be fine. But you just don't want anyone to have to go through that kind of stuff, especially Karl Anthony Towns, knowing full well that he lost his mother due to this whole virus. And then he even said, I can't even escape in basketball because every time I hop into the court, I think about my mom's. Yeah. Now he's really gonna have his mom's, and I just hope I pray for this man's mental health, man. We don't talk about that right now.
For sure.
His mental health is what's gonna be in the toilet right now.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. All right, last thing for everybody, real quick, because I can't get away without talking about this, especially with y'all. I feel like we talk about this cat every week. Is LaMelo Ball Rookie of the Year already?
Not yet. He's got the name out.
I think like if he just keeps doing what he's doing, like they show highlights of him just doing damn near everything. Like he already the media favorite. You just gotta stay consistent with it. I think if he stays consistent like he's been playing, maybe have the occasional triple double here and there. Might be throw a couple.
I will say
youngest player to get a triple double too.
Youngest ever triple double.
I will say this:
easily,
him and
sure.
Gordon Hayward, they got the Hornets looking like a playoff team.
For real though.
It's the East though. That's why I'm saying playoff team because it's the East. If this was the West, there's no way in hell.
But if the Warriors can get into the playoffs, I think you might have to consider Wiseman for it.
He's nice. I just don't think he's steady now. He's getting the numbers. We got to understand that you got to get numbers to win Rookie of the Year. He might end up being the better player. Obviously, Wiseman's probably going to be the better player than LaMelo Ball. But it's all about what numbers you're putting out there. And who no offense, like Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, I take Donovan Mitchell, but who took that? Ben Simmons. He had the bigger name. He was putting up bigger numbers. He was getting more media attention. And that's exactly what's happening with LaMelo Ball. Yes, he's in Charlotte, but obviously he's had this hype since Lonzo and LeVar Ball. So he's got
for about 5 years now.
But I do want Pat Williams, I do want Pat Williams to get some love in the Rookie of the Year race. I want him to end up being top 4, top 5 because he's out here getting the Kawhi Leonard comparisons. He's getting the nickname Baby Kawhi, especially from key players like LeBron James. He's stepping up defensively to take on the challenge, to take on these defensive assignments of a LeBron James and all the good wings. Kawhi Leonard, all that shit. I like what we got in that cat over there. I didn't knew nothing about him going to the draft, but I like what we got in the draft this year.
Okay, I feel you.
I don't think he's going to be a Rookie of the Year, but I think he should be all rookie first team right now, just off his defense alone. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's definitely time to put some respect on LeVar Ball's name. All this criticism he got, in the last couple of years with Lonzo and everything like that. But I mean, this
undefeated, never lost.
Yeah. This dude produced some real stars, and Melo might be the best out of the group. You never know. We're gonna see.
Wasn't that the whole story about the Ball brothers? It was like Lonzo was good, LiAngelo he needs some work, but LaMelo is where it's at. Everyone was hyping LaMelo, saying he's gonna be better than Lonzo, and sure enough, he is already.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd still like Lonzo. Lonzo is still nice as a decent point guard, but I take LaMelo over Lonzo.
Listen. For you, and you knew he was set up to fail. He really was.
Yeah.
They put expectation on a boy in a man's game before he even got there. What was really gonna happen?
I think what helped him was playing overseas, to be honest with you. I feel like that toughened him up. That's why a lot of European players, that's why even a Ricky Rubio, they come over to the league and they're a little bit better. That's why Luka came in and he was good because, he was an 18-year-old, but he out here balling. He's been playing with grown men.
Playing adults since he was a teenager.
Yeah, so he's already used to the physicality of the game, just playing with grown-ass men. And LaMelo, he has that experience. So I like LaMelo. I'm not a big fan of him being in the Hornets jersey. I would like him in the better looking jersey.
He was supposed to be a Laker, man.
He was supposed to be a Bull. If we ended up with a top 2 pick, he was supposed to be a Bull, but that's neither here nor there, man.
Hey, man. Hey, listen. This has been the Havoc Hour. If you made it this far, we appreciate y'all. Thanks for listening. Before we get up out of here, fellas, plug your socials, your content, all your stuff, where we can find you. Whoever want to go first.
Hit me up. Follow my personal page if you You want to follow my personal page at tc.fontaine on Instagram, TC Fontaine on Twitter. I don't really tweet from that page that often, but hit us up at YK Wrestling everywhere. It's the YK Wrestling and Kings Wrestling podcast, man.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. I follow TC on Twitter, but he don't follow me back on his personal.
Which one? Dude, for real? I think you lying, bro.
I'm dead ass. I don't know, whichever is the one that you was using in the group chat.
You lying, bro.
I am dead ass. Either my phone is tweaking or you not following me.
You lying, bro. You say right
Man,
there.
you better be following me on any account you got. What you mean? That's neither here nor there. That's not the point. The point is you better be following me everywhere, man.
You try to put me on the spot. It's not even true. You came at me with these baseless accusations that aren't even real. That's how you feel, man. You get this nice little co-hosting gig on Pornhub, and you just think you're better than everybody all of a sudden.
Well, we're
not
on Pornhub
cool
right now. You know, Travis needs to go fix that whole situation up. Like, I don't know what's going on with Pornhub. We're not on there at the moment.
You get this nice co-hosting gig. You get promoted to another show, and you just come on my guy.
I went from the Clippers to the Lakers.
You come on my other co-host show, and you come on here and make baseless accusations about me.
He did. Daddy Delgado. That's how he roll.
Hey, guys.
Is this how we do? Is this the spirit of your guy Eddie Guerrero? You lie, cheat, and steal. You gonna lie on me like that? You're gonna lie on me like that? That's how you feel?
Yeah. Hey, yo, guys, don't be like TC. Follow me on Twitter at SCS Vince. I'm not straight edge no more, but I still got the handle. Follow.
Not straight edge no more. Turn up.
Yeah.
TV.
Gotta go drinking one of these days, man. Whenever I hit a Vegas one of these days, we gotta link up. Follow the Smacking the Raw podcast. The video format of the show is on the Linktree /Croatia World. You can follow the audio version of the show on our Linktree /Smacking the Raw, Spotify, all that good stuff. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube.
And if you like the shirt, it is available at YKWrestling.com. Hit that link that says "What a Maneuver."
Yeah.
What a maneuver.
Yo, I gotta get another. I'm not getting that hoodie back. I'm gonna order another pullover hoodie. I'm not getting that motherfucker back. It's been 2 months. I'm not getting that shit back. My girl took my hoodie. I'm not seeing it ever again.
Black Lives Matter to her. Appreciate it.
No, she's been a big supporter too. That's actually why she loved it. She's like, oh, I love this hoodie. She didn't even know it was a wrestling hoodie until after the fact, because she's not a big wrestling fan. She's easing into it.
Change that.
She's easing into it. I think we had what were we watching? Watching some kind of pay-per-view. Like I think it might have been like Clash of Champions or some shit like that. And
you wanna be able to convert her efficiently. Start off with Total Divas.
Actually, that's how she knows about wrestling. She actually watches Total Divas and Total Bellas. She don't fuck with wrestling like that, but she loves the reality shows because they would come on after the Kardashians. Survivor Series. I sat down with her. We got a room, had a nice little comfy spot together, and we watched Survivor Series together. So she was and she actually kind of kept up with the little storylines. So she can keep my Black Lives Matter hoodie. I'll just go ahead and give you guys more money, support you guys even more. This would be like my 4th product. Like I got 2 shirts and I'm about to get 2 hoodies. And if you guys drop an LWO version of the Black Lives Matter like silhouette, I'll go ahead and buy that too. There you go.
Major keys right now. That's what's up.
There
That's
you
what's
go.
up.
Ideas, man. Ideas.
Yeah. Hey, listen. If you listen this far, shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate my fellas for coming through. You know what I'm saying?
I had to cut a promo on Vince real quick.
Out some type of way. You know what? Hold up. Let me see if I can prove it. Like save this shit. Go ahead, Tariq. Go ahead, Tariq.
All right, yeah, so we're going to sign off here. Thanks for listening to the Havoc Hour. Make sure you go like and subscribe over on YouTube. Listen on Spotify and Anchor, wherever you listen to your podcast. Definitely go check out the YouTube so you can see the video version. Go check out the Black Lives Matter T-shirts over on the Young Kings Wrestling page as well. And we are out of here, y'all. Peace.
You see that Larry behind me, though?